Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Welcome everybody, guys. So we have started this week with the Canadian dollar analysis. So remember, in the weekly report we have replaced the CAD with the loonie dollar, and I think that we could close this week also with the discussion of the Canadian dollar. So just to see what really has happened here, because overall setup is valuable. It stands on the monthly chart, and it should get the some extended time where it will be valid. Develops very interestingly, and actually it needs some update, some adjustment compared to what we have said in the weekly report. So mostly the scenario that we have suggested has been completed. So indeed the upward action that we have talked about in the weekly report has been completed and has been done. So, but since the pace of this action is too strong compared to what we have expected, we need to postpone the idea of taking the short position. Just to remind you in the two words what really we have talked about in the last week. This action, guys, on the daily chart that you just see as a kind of the V-shaped reversal, actually on the monthly chart this is huge bearish engulfing pattern. And as soon as this pattern has been completed on this drop down, market has hit by these lows weekly confidence support. And since as a rule when the market forms the engulfing pattern, it shows some return back in the body of the pattern before to show the extension in a direction of this pattern. And combining of this idea with the strong support area that we have on the weekly leads us to conclusion that we have made in our weekly report and last weekend, that before any downward action will happen here, we need to get the pullback. And that's what we're actually watching this week. But last week we have suggested that this pullback probably should be a bit smaller. So we talked about this harmonic swing on the daily chart and said maybe this market will just limit this upward pullback by that confidence resistance that we had here. If you remember, there was the confidence resistance there. We said that maybe market will show this minor retracement, but the upward action has developed very strong. And although the overall setup that is based on the monthly pattern is still valid, we suggest that currently we need to talk about a bit deeper retracement up. So it will be probably not just small, but potentially it could be two times greater just because, as you can see, the harmonic swing has been exceeded, and in such circumstances usually market very often shows two harmonic swings up. And take a look at the pace. So here was slower action, and it mostly looks like the retracement, a lot of overlapping candles, spikes, sideways action, then two sessions to the upside. Here you could see two tail closing right up to the monthly pivot point, major fib resistance 133 area, and daily overbought. So this is quite different picture, and currently it's not the moment to think about taking the short position. That's why on the next week we will be watching for another leg up on the Canadian dollar. Still, market right now stands at a strong resistance, and on the 4-hour time frame chart there's two words on nearest action that could follow. So first let's take a look how market shows the starting action of this starting point of this action. As we have suggested, minor hand shoulders, completion of the butterfly. Indeed, our setup has worked very nice, and potential pattern that we could get, and that will trigger the deep retracement right up to the 618 level This will be hand shoulders. So here we have the 1618 butterfly, but butterfly very often becomes the part of the hand shoulders. So here it could become some kind of the deeper retracement, and then upward continuation. So here I just put these lines not in the precise levels, but approximately is based on the harmonic swings. So approximately low stands at the same area. It's just trying to get the reflection, the mirror action of this that we have to the left side, right to the upside, and we have approximately the target around major 618 resistance. So that's the scenario that we'll be watching for next week on the Canadian dollar. In the shorter term, today we also have very strong upward action, guys, and it's suitable for any Jordan upward action. Taking into consideration, I mean, of course, the directional patterns. For example, the bread and butter buy easily could be formed here. Maybe the double repo pattern will be formed. So, because market right now stands at the strong resistance area, the pullback here will be absolutely normal. So that pullback could become as this one. It could start. I just, as you can see, draw the horizon neckline, but it could be a bit sloped. So it could be starting of the right arm here, or just could be minor retracement. But anyway, this thrust up is very good, and wherever we will get minor bread and butter buy, for example, or it could become the double repo sell that will trigger action right back down and forming on the right arm. Both patterns could be suitable for scalp trading. So if you'll trade on the hourly chart, on the 15-minute chart, that also the setup that you could keep an eye on. So that being said, as a bottom line, we still keep our bearish scenario on the higher time frames, on the monthly and the weekly, but currently on the daily we expect deeper retracement up, and we postpone the moment where we intend to take the short position. So that probably will happen not right now. Maybe it will happen the next week when our prediction will be completed, when the deep retracement will be completed on the 4-hour time frame chart. Second moment, currently we will have the good thrust up that is suitable for the Jordan upward directional patterns, and if you're trading on the very short term time frames, you could keep an eye on them. This probably will be either bread and butter or double repo. That's what we have in the Canadian dollar right now.